Ladies and gentlemen, good evening from the World Series of Trading. My name is Mihail Kamburov, aka Tradezilla, as you know, and as we promised to bring professionals to the World Series of Trading live stream that will share interesting insights with you. That's what we do. And today we have here with me Fabien Labrousse. Hello, Fabien. Say hello to our users.
Thank you.
Tell us a bit more.
Thank you to invite me to this live stream. I will precise that I'm sick today and that I have a strong French accent. So I will try to do my best to give you good answers.
You always are good. You always are good, Fabien. Thank you for this. You don't need too much presentation in France, of course, but all over the world where our users are, maybe not everyone knows more about your background. And what I can say is that Fabien has a wonderful background as a trader, as an analyst of various trading instruments, and would you tell us a bit more, Fabien, about your background in trading and about your current trading experience?
Yes, so I began in 2007. I was 18 years old and I studied economics at the university. It was the beginning of YouTube and online video. So I created a media video bourse dedicated to trading, to French-speaking people. And year after year, it became bigger and bigger. And I'm passionate about finance markets and trading. So I learned a lot of things. I tried many strategy. And year after year, I became, I think now, a good trader. I try to switch now from the pure media to media and brokerage of our neobroker. I work with a French team, a young French team, really interesting, which is Arlequin Invest. And we try to create innovation in the brokerage. So yes, I know that with WSOT, you bring something new with a big contest, a big championship. I know that this year you work with only one sponsor, but maybe years coming we could work together. We'll see. What I can say is that today I'm trading for my own futures and options. And for example, right now, what I have to manage is a short call on the S&P 500, which is far out of the money, so no stress. I also like to trade the open, so in Europe the morning and in the US in the afternoon, to take a few move because many times during the opening session, in the first minutes, you have the markets going up, going down. So statistically, it's a good way to take a profit. But you have to protect for the bad days, the wrong days, and they still happen. So you have to build a cover strategy. So once you have statistic in your side, it's a good part. But for retail traders and for traders in general, the more difficult thing is psychology. So you have to be strong and to know to be disciplined. I don't know the right word in English. You have to focus and to stay on your plan, not to change during the strategy. That's
Agree.
what I can say.
Agree. Yeah, I also think that discipline is the most important quality to become a good trader, because no matter how good your trading strategy is, you need to fail only once in order to fail completely, as we like to say. So yeah, that's good. It's also good for our traders and competitors on the World Series of Trading, that even if they fail, they have another chance in the next tournament, and they haven't risked anything. That's unique about World Series of Trading. While on the other hand, we still give the amazing awards in cash and funded accounts. As you said, we are proudly sponsored by Scope Markets. We're very happy for this and thank them for their support. And now is finally the time for the main event. The main event that started today, and this is the opening live stream. Once again, thank you, Fabien, for joining it, for agreeing to share more about your trading experience, and agreeing to comment on our competitors live here through our software that everyone will soon see, through our software that visualizes the trades of all our competitors. I mean the competitors in the World Series of Trading. And now is the time to make the first important announcement for any user of World Series of Trading, and maybe any trader that is out there. This software that we have here that presents in real time the trades of our tournament participants, a different version of it will be available online to every user of World Series of Trading, and will help users see exactly what the trading style of other successful traders is, meaning that they will be able to see people that are usually winning competitions, usually in the top 5, or just people they heard are good traders. They will be able to follow their trading strategy, but not just what usually people decide to share on social media, or what they explain that they do, but actually what they do in real time on a chart. Fabien, your introduction and in your experience in so many years on the market is indeed impressive. Thank you for sharing it. But would you like to also share something about the market itself? What's your favorite market? You already said what your current position in your portfolio is, but would you like to share something else about the future of financial markets, and how do you see them developing, either technically or morally, or in terms of trader basis?
So I think we will see many big technology move in upcoming years. Right now we are in a recession or in bad years, and maybe it will continue next year. But I think that it will not stay for a long time. So in 2 or 3 years, markets and economy in general will come back strong. And so what we see since 2000, it's the revolution of internet. And since 2010 and since 2015, we saw a revolution in the finance industry, which were the cryptocurrencies and the blockchain. I see that in your championship in WSOT, we can trade the cryptocurrency. Right now, it's a bad moment for crypto because of the FTX story and all the scandals. But it's normal. I mean, every time we see a big revolution in the financial markets, we see bubble and we see the classical exaggerations happens. So this time is still the same, but I think this revolution is here to stay. And we don't even know where, for example, the metaverse or the new technology will take us in few years. So I'm really focused on it to see, but I'm sure that we will see main changes in the industry, in the possibility, and in the trading. And right now you work on the WSOT. It's also, okay, concours or championship or games. This is not a revolution, but gamification, is a revolution, and it comes years and years. And I wonder to see what WSOT will be in few years. I'm sure it will be really good things, the social exchange, etc. All those things, they really create new things in the financial industry, in the trading industry. Last thing, information is everywhere today. I think today a retail trader could be way better informed than a professional 20 years ago. So the main point today is not to get access to the information, but is the ability to make a hierarchy, to filter the informations, to bring you performance months after months after months. Yeah.
Agree. Yeah. I think it's visible how technology is helping users, and you very, very right mentioned that what's revolutionary is not gaming or trading. Revolutionary is the fact that you fuse both together. Until now, trading was accepted as something very serious and gaming as something very not serious. But if you fuse them together, you receive something that's fun, but on the and risk-free. In our case, absolutely risk-free, but in the same way can also lead to career opportunities, to personal growth, development of skills, and big profits for all the play traders on our platform. And now while you were speaking, I was also taking a look again at the temporary ranking of the tournament, seeing how many people are in the fight for the first place. Since the morning, I saw huge change in that temporary ranking. The first place got switched maybe 10 or 20 times, and also even the top 10 places are very different, which tells us how unpredictable the end result is, and that everyone still has a chance for the big prize. And I see that people are very motivated about this prize, because first place will get a guaranteed funded account of $100,000, which is really going to skyrocket his or her career. By the way, in the top places, I also see a nickname that looks like a female nickname. If that is indeed a female trader, I congratulate her, because I have a very high opinion of female traders, and wish her luck. And so, shall we then go into details of the trades of the tournament participants and share our opinion, mine and yours, Fabien, about how the traders are doing. Number one right now is Mr. or Miss Posta 117, and now all I have to do is select a trading instrument and then select his nickname in the list of all participants in this tournament, and I should be getting his trades for the wanted period. I don't see any trades in EURUSD. Let me fix that hour as well. I don't see any trade in EURUSD. Maybe he's trading something else. Let's see. Nope. Nope. I have a feeling that he's trading crypto.
We see a position, I think, here. Look at on the left.
Oh yeah. I was so focused on the charts that I missed that.
So I think that what he did, he short the, what is that, Bitcoin?
Yeah, he shorted the Bitcoin and his position is still open. That's why is not. That's why the closure of the position is not visualized yet, and that's how he skyrocketed to the first place right now. Well, congratulations, Mister. Do you have an opinion on the Bitcoin? Do you think it was right to short it now? Everyone is waiting on the bottom of Bitcoin before they start buying, and our current leading person in the temporary ranking, Mr. Posta 117, is shorting it. What do you think, Fabien? Was this a risky move?
So for short term, I don't trade cryptocurrencies, and for long term, I'm long on cryptocurrencies since 2017. So I saw several bear markets and bull markets, and I just keep it. So it's really a long-term investment. To be honest, I'm a bit sad to didn't exit at the last bull run, as everybody. But we will see if in next years we will see a new bull run. But for short term, right now, I think it's good price to buy Bitcoin with a view on 1 year, 2 years, 3 years or more. For short term, maybe it can be done a little bit more. I mean, more than a little bit. But for example, if Bitcoin should go back to 10,000 before to have a stronger rebound, it would not impress me, surprise me. So it's okay if you think that it's a nice momentum to short Bitcoin, and it seems that he made a good choice. Okay, what I can say about the event is that this kind of event, and it's with demo account, right?
All the money on the World Series of Trading are virtual.
Yes, so people can take risk. It's a game, so you have to be good, but you have to think like a competitor. So use the leverage effect with smart, not as the same way as you would do in real money, because the game and the objective is to become to turn in first place. So
to clear your mind from the fear of the financial risk.
Yes,
agree.
Yes.
Maybe that helps the competitors on our platform trade better, and we actually often see better results from some traders than they actually achieve trading other accounts, because maybe they clear their mind when they know there is no financial risk. But when I said all the money are virtual, I meant all the money that users trade on World Series of Trading with, but the prizes that we give out are 100% real in cash and funded accounts. And on the other side, then that's the big stimulus for the traders, because the average trader in the different countries is different. But let's say in country X, the average trader might have $5,000 in his account, and with $5,000 or $10,000, the average retail trader cannot achieve results of, let's say, 10 or 20,000 profits per month, so that he can have a higher standard of living, or just be able to reinvest more. While once you win a tournament on the World Series of Trading and you get to a funded account, and you get to a career opportunity where your account can grow and you can get much higher profits out of that, and obviously many people prefer that, as we see on our platform. Let's see if there was a position on Ethereum that I missed. Yes. So Mr. Posta was an early bird. With the opening of the tournament at 8 o'clock, he shorted both cryptocurrencies and did nothing else. That's a nice strategy. Let's see if he did something on the West Texas. Oh, he actually bought the West Texas oil, and as of now, this brings him losses. So this was not a successful strategy. We're gonna see other strategies as well. I think very interesting strategies. Let's take a look again at the Euro US dollar. Oh yeah, here I missed the entry as well. It was also short, which is bringing him also profits. We're gonna see different styles. Obviously, the current leader in the temporary ranking has this strategy, so he picked just a few from what I've seen so far, instruments, and he put one trade on each of them. Here he chose to buy the US dollar JPY, Japanese yen, and he was also successful. I must say he is a good trader indeed. So far he haven't matched to take the right positioning only on the West Texas oil, to remind you again, guys. Other than that, all the other instruments that we checked for him, he got the direction right, and he also did it again on British pound, US dollar. Man, that guy is a good match for a prop company, for example. I think he's gonna make millions for them. Again, the right positioning for Australian dollar, US dollar. Good guess. Maybe that guy is also going to qualify for the other additional prize that the World Series of Trading is given. That is given regardless of the end performance of the user. That's why we say that it doesn't matter if you're first or last in the temporary ranking, you can still get a very nice reward. Some of our additional pricings are connected to parameters of the trading that are not necessarily linked to performance, like hit rate. For example, the current leader in performance is also having a very good hit rate. If he closes now all of his trades, and out of 10 trades 9 are profitable and there's only one negative, he's gonna have an amazing hit rate of 9 out of 10, 90% hit rate, and I think that's an amazing result. So if he keeps that statistic, at least he's gonna be on the first places on the hit rate. I don't know about the performance. Let's see how he's doing, for example, on the gold. Again, the right direction. Again, the right direction. Fabien, what do you think about this trader? I think he's on the first place for a reason.
I don't know. It's hard to say because the championship just began a few hours ago. How long it will? It will be the whole week. The WSOT.
Yep.
The whole week. So we will see at the end because okay, this account it shows the right direction, and at the beginning, trading. It's not a hard game because market can go up or down. So you can have the good direction, but in the long run, money management, it's really an important thing. So we will see what the other competitors will do. So it's hard for me to say, okay, good guess for the moment, but we will see.
I think what differentiates a good guess from a good trade is the ability to manage losses and profits. If a certain trader, for example now Mr. Posta 117 is just opening 10 trades, for example, and never closing them, and 9 out of 10 are profitable, and that's why he has a good performance, I would say he has a good hit rate skills but bad money management skills, because it's important not only to leave your profits build up but also to manage your losses. And as we saw, he wasn't doing that with the West Texas oil, where he is now in a significant loss. I'm not sure about the lot size of his trade, but this trade is not looking good, and this trend here I don't like at all. Let's see how this looks from a different perspective. I now decreased the time frame to look if the chart will be different, but I don't think so. The trend is now clearly going downwards. We don't have much more history here, but yeah, it's gonna be the next days are gonna be very interesting. I'm going to follow exactly this trader. I'm going to follow how he manages his losses and see what he will do. Let's see someone else with a different trading style. For example, the second, Black Bit. I see this guy, Black Bit, he has the World Series of Trading custom avatar, and those avatars I can recognize. This was a gift from our company to him, so he must have been active in our Telegram group. By the way, everyone who is not here that is kindly invited to join there and get any kind of news about our competitions. Let's see how is he performing.
Yes, sure. I want to add something. Since few years, few months now, we see that people and traders like to see new way to make money on the market. I mean, we see many game as you do with demo accounts, but which can bring real money credited on a trading account. We also see many prop firm trading developed. So we see a new way that people and young people want to address the market, want to see the market. So it's just few words more to speak about the gamification of trading. We are still on the same markets, on the same assets classes, but it's a new way to address the industry. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely agree. And by the way, it's very funny that exactly the second in the temporary ranking has this strategy so different than the first. And I can make actually on our software a comparison at the same time of both of them. And that's what I'm going to do right now to see how different here Blackbit is acting in comparison to Posta. So what Blackbit did is he opened relatively at the same time and place where Poster did or opened his trade, but Blackbit sensed this trend exhaustion here. Maybe this candle was his sign. Maybe he was looking the chart at a lower time frame. That's what I would do. Let's see how a lower time frame looks like. And here, maybe he decided that after this consecutive big upper candles, the trend will be exhausted. And he closed the trade in profit here. And after this formation, which kind of look like a head and shoulders, I don't know if you agree, he decided to sell again. And now this whole movement he managed to grab, and that brought him a lot of profits. While Posta just let the position go. It was both good and bad for him. Oh, by the way, apologies everyone. I think this was a huge mistake from my side. We see here a losing trade from Blackbit. That was entirely my mistake. I just misread the chart. These purple arrows here are showing us where the traders have sold, and the orange arrows are showing us where they have bought. And again, this is a very good comparison here. Both of them had sold here. The position went into big negative, and Blackbit said here, okay, this was enough of a loss for me. I'm closing this position. And then he decided after this formation that the trend is still going down. And then he bought again, which according to me is much more correct in terms of position management. Yes, right now Poster is leading to Blackbit with just 4% performance, which doesn't mean anything, but I think that in this situation Blackbit took the more correct decision. He had some loss limit while Poster did not. He just let the position go, and then he was lucky to have this turnaround in the trend. Very interesting. Let's see if Blackbit has some other positions and how he compares to Poster. What would you do, Fabien? Would you put a stop limit or would you go all in?
Well, it's a huge question. Should we put stop loss or not? On my side, I'm not a stop loss guy. I prefer to cut in several parts when I'm wrong. So if I play, for example, a short trend, and at the beginning the market start to go up, maybe I will begin to cut 1 quarter of my position and keep 3 quarters and see. So it's a way to avoid the bad move and to exit in the worst case, as we saw in the last example. It's a bit the same idea that margin calls. in general, it happens in the worst moment. So I don't really like stop loss, but I like, for example, to buy options if I want to play a trend, because at least you don't have this configuration where you have to finish your trade and you are not anymore in the market. And we see many times a big volatility peak in the market, and then many times markets go back in your direction. So you have to think about it seriously to build your strategy, that's for sure.
I see. Yeah, there are different ways to apply a limit on your losses, as you said, with options as well, if you like to trade that way. On Bitcoin, we see here similar behavior between both competitors. I'm very interested if they are at all trading indices and how. Let's see the French index, Fabien. Are you trading it?
Yes, sometimes during the morning. So in general, in the morning, I like to trade Eurostox, CAC 40, or the DAX, German DAX. So yes, I like the more simple one, I think, is Eurostox, then CAC 40, and the hardest one is the DAX with a big volatility and big move intraday. So I think it's hard to trade the DAX, but the CAC 40 is a mix between the energy of the DAX and the quiet of the Eurostox.
Yeah. I see. Here again on the French index, we see that actually both of those traders, they have not many positions. They are keeping the winning positions on. Blackbit has a bit better management on losses than Poster in this example. And they have a similar strategy in terms of number of positions and their management. They don't open many small positions. They open one position at the beginning and then they keep it. It's not that we see like 10 entries during the day. They have 1 or 2 entries per trading instrument, but they are showing very good skill in terms of being able to analyze different assets, because we know that trading forex is very different than trading indices and trading oil and trading gold. For me, forex is one of the most difficult markets to trade, but it is also where the most short-term profits are, maybe. Besides crypto, of course, crypto has huge volatility, but it's maybe even more unpredictable than forex. And I was personally trading a lot of forex and a lot of DAX, and I find forex to be harder than DAX, than the German index. Okay, let's see who is the third person who is in the top of the temporary ranking. Mr. Bayen, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Let's see how he compares to the others. Let's get euro dollar, the good old euro dollar. So he opened the position here. That's a different strategy. He missed the opening of the session. By the way, this time here is GMT plus 2. So he was trading shortly before the opening of the American sessions. He missed the London session. That's interesting decision for him, but we can see that he got a similar entry like Blackbit and Posta around the same level, despite it was done many hours later, and now he is enjoying maybe similar profits if he has used similar volumes. Also, we see one position at the beginning and no more position since around the opening of the American session or earlier, slightly earlier than that. How do you find the topic about orienting around different time zones, Fabien, and choosing the right moment to trade? When I was starting, I remember this was one of the main things that gave me headaches. Which time is which, where I am, and where the sessions are starting. I had my notes on a list. And I was putting there for myself, it starts now, that's in your time this, and that's in London time this, and that's in US time this. How did you manage that topic? Or you're just looking at solutions that converted for you?
Well, on the stocks markets, so indexes or physical stocks, individual stocks, it's easy because you know that it opened at 9 a.m. in Europe and 3.5 p.m. in the US. So you know that the first hour will be volatile and then it will be quiet. And you have also to focus about the news, the economic news, the publications, and you know where it will move during the day. For Forex, it's not as easy because it doesn't open at any time, but with the experience, you can see that at specific hours, move happens. For example, on the Forex, the main part of the volume on the major crosses, they are made by the London traders. So you know that when they arrive in the office in their office in London, they begin to move the Forex market. So after the economic news, the statements and the conferences of the central banks are the same for all the markets. I mean, if Jerome Powell speaks, it will move the dollar, it will move the stocks. So you have to focus on those things and choose the right moments for your strategy. If you chase movements, for sure you will search to trade during the opens, during the news. If you want to make a market maker strategy or to trade a range, you will focus on the quiet moments. So I think it's my answer.
Oh, I see. We've actually made available for our users a pretty comfortable calendar, economic calendar on the World Series of Trading directly, which people can easily find and use. If someone watching this live stream is a beginner and doesn't even know what an economic calendar is, he can check our glossary or read some of our ebooks or take a look at our video academy. It's completely free. And here I compared the trading on crypto of the third in the temporary ranking with the other two against similar behavior at the beginning of the day selling it. So he did not trade at the beginning of the day Euro US dollar as we saw in the previous chart, but he did trade when the tournament started. Immediately he shorted Bitcoin. Let's see if he did the same for Ethereum. Okay, so he did the same. This shows that he didn't trade Euro US dollar not simply because he was sleepy. He he traded other symbols during that time and just decided to wait on the euro US dollar to see how it develops and then shorted it. Interesting strategy. And those are the leaders. We saw how they're similar in some aspects, strategy, similar position taking and keeping the winning positions with them, help them take the first 3 places. But let's now see how compares to them someone from the last places. Oh, I see someone that even left the competition in the first day because he got scared of his big negative position. As we said, this should not scare competitors in this tournament, because even if you don't win one of the first 3 places, even if you don't win one of our additional prizes connected to hit rate, for example, biggest winning trade, for example, biggest winning streak, for example, which you could achieve at any time, even in, let's say, the last 20 minutes of the competition, there is still one more prize that you can win simply by being cool, let's say, or famous. We have announced an additional prize that is public's favorite. If in our community people vote for someone of these participants here in the main event and decide that he deserves an additional prize, we will give him the final additional prize, the final 5th additional prize, even if his performance is the worst. But in order to get this prize, you need to at least be in the competition. So I see one person that left. He won't be able to take even that prize. So let's see the last one that didn't leave the competition. Mr. Tebza FX God. Let's see how much of a god he is. And to be honest, to have consistently negative results is not less of a talent than having consistently good results in trading. In my experience in brokerage, as you know, Fabien, but I don't know if many of our viewers right now know, we the organizers of the World Series of Trading, Lars Gottwig, our CEO, and myself, we're also the ex-managers of JFD group, and we gathered a pretty good experience in running for almost 10 years this brokerage about the markets, and we know that some trading strategies are formed based on consistently losing traders and just doing the opposite of them. There are traders that copy other traders that are losing but just take the opposite position. That's why let's compare Mr. Tebza to the first 3 leaders. Give me a sec just to find him. Yep. Let's see how he did on Euro US dollar. So he bought it here at the beginning of the day, even earlier, and he's still keeping that position. That's the typical mistake we are talking about. The position is well in negative. The trend is clearly downwards. Anyone that can at least determine a trade on a chart will see it's a clear downward trend on a 15-minute trade frame, chart frame. And if that was me, after the first correction, unsuccessful to form an uptrend, I would close that position. So he didn't do that and is now suffering the consequences. Let's see what his behavior will be, and who knows, you know how unpredictable markets is. It's gonna be extremely funny if tomorrow we see him in the first places, but it is entirely possible. Let's see what he did on the crypto, because that's another hot topic as well. Again, very interesting. He took here earlier than the others, but an opposite position. Interesting. Let's see if he traded the French index. He did in a slightly different style. So he waited a bit, maybe again for the opposite position, for the opposite trend, but he made a mistake. And again the same mistake. He is not closing the losing trade, he is keeping it. Again, that's a big mistake, and he's paying the consequences. Unlike Blackbit, I'm gonna give him as example, because he managed his losses. He's closed his losing position. Where was it? Was it in US dollar JPY? I forgot already. But he closed his losing position, opened another one, and then his profits from the new one surpassed the old one. That's good trading. Let's see how he's doing on US 500. We haven't looked at that symbol today. So again here, a smart move from Bayan. He waited until later in the day and then shorted it again. While at the beginning of the day, even before the opening of the market in London, while there was still low volatility in the first hours before the volatility, Blackbit poster and Tebza traded again. Tebza was the first one to open a trade, but again in the wrong direction. Interesting. Who else? Shall we compare someone from the middle as last? Let's complete someone from the middle places. Would you like to pick one, Fabien?
I would say about losses. Well, here it's a game, so no problem to take losses, and you are here to take risk because you want to be in the paid places. But in general, in trading, losses are really what we should focus on, because it's natural and it's human to focus on the game, to think about the profits. But in facts and in the long run, the hard part, it's how you manage your losses. So you have to think deeply about it even before you begin to trade, to don't be surprised when it happens, because trading, it's also an emotional game when you want to be successful, and sometimes this emotion part can make you do stupid things. So you have to think the loss before it happens. So after to choose a middle, I don't know, but let's see Blanca, for example.
Who? Bianca?
By Blanca.
Okay. Final play trader that we are reviewing today is Bianca. Let's see how he did. Oh, completely different strategy. She or he, it sounds like a female name, that's I'm gonna call it a she. Apologies is if he is a male. I'm just gonna use that reference. So Bianca decided to short a bit later and then take some profits here. The orange arrow shows us this was a profitable trade that ended here. And then she decided to take the opposite approach and buy the market here. This happened like an hour ago. And she's now in profit. That's a buy winning trade, completely different strategy. First short the trend, then buy the correction. Very interesting. She or he is a flexible trader and did that in US 500. Good read of the chart. Maybe the reason hers or his performance is lower is because it's using lower volumes. Let's see how he did or she did on Euro USD. Again, different strategy, opening a position slightly later after the volatility kicked in, closing it in profit, and then buying the market soon on. Interesting. On the Bitcoin, Bianca didn't trade at all. So that's not an interesting market for Bianca. Anyway, final symbol. Fabien, would you like to pick which should we check with Bianca?
Did you check Euro USD?
Yep.
And did you check the CAC 40?
No. Again,
she tried.
Bianca follows the principles that she or he has started with, closing profitable positions. Maybe she trades with a take profit, because I see similar profits in size, and I suppose she trades with a take profit. But who knows, if he becomes the winner, we might invite her for an interview and she will share more. That's also something that our software can develop to and show even more to those that would like to know insights about the trading of other traders. It was a long interview with you, Fabien, and a good analysis of the best 3 traders and some of the not so good, but again very interesting to see. Thank you very much for participating. Thanks to everyone that watched this live stream. But as always, it will be available also recorded. And would you like to tell us before we say goodbye, Fabien?
So to Bianca, she should take risk because it's a game, and if she's in the good trend, but she don't use leverage as the other, she will not be paid. So it's a game, take risk. It's not like a real trading, and for sure in real trading it's not a game, and you have to think about how to use in an efficient way the leverage, how to manage the risk. But in a game, do your thing, do your plane, and take your risk. That's it.
Thank you, Fabien. That was everything from us for today, everyone. This was World Series of Trading first day of the main event. World Series of Trading powered by Scope Markets. Thank you, everyone, and till next time. Bye-bye.
Bye. Follow me on Video Bourse and Arlequin Invest. Thank you, Mihail.
Bye, Fabien.